Shortly, the official party will enter the graduation hall. When they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Could you please stand for the academic procession?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and a well foretold, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Dorog people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Budji Mullinawul, everyone. Good morning. And Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to share in the acknowledgement of country with you today. That's quite important for our people, so thank you. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burruburrungal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it, so he enrolled his daughter, Bulungai, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We're very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 230 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There were no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shed out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 30,000 years. So please consider, this is not an ideal to strive for or some long ago golden age. This is normal life for us and for the longest time, and not that long ago either. So there is no really good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you. Have a beautiful day and all the best in our collective future. Thank you. Yeah.
Distinguished guests, I'm pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Nick Mansfield.
Thanks very much, Chris Tobin, for your acknowledgement of country. We're here today to celebrate the value and meaning of education, and it adds a lot to the significance of the ceremony to be able to connect it to the strong and long traditions of knowledge, wisdom and learning that have been enacted on these great lands for many thousands of years. It's a great honour to the university that you come to speak to us, and we thank you very much for your words. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduates, and most importantly, all our graduates, it's my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring the graduands and their guests a special greeting from the members of the Macquarie University Council, the university's governing body. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Now, I notice that we have a number of small children and maybe even a baby or two here today, and I want you to know that they are especially welcome. I also want you to know that we do not expect young children to stay either still or quiet through the long course of a graduation ceremony. This is very much an event for families, and young children are especially welcome. Today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you about to graduate. Completing a university degree is not an easy thing. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your end goal. But now you've made it, and I look forward to personally congratulating each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduates here today joining us in the celebration as invited guests. The fact that you've been invited by one of our graduates to share in one of the most memorable days of their lives is proof positive that you've been an important influence. So to our invited guests, congratulations to you as well, and thank you for celebrating this occasion with us. Universities are different from schools, colleges, and other educational institutions in that they link teaching, the sharing of knowledge and ideas, with research, the discovery and formulation of new knowledge and new ways of thinking. There are very few innovations in our world, whether it be in how we're treated when we're sick, how we think about our history, how we interact with our environment, the technologies that increasingly define our work, communication, and entertainment, how we are educated, the laws we live by, the policies governments pursue, or the debates that define how we live, think, and make values that are not touched by or even initiated in university-level research. A university education teaches you not only skills and knowledge, but gives you an awareness of how truth and new ideas develop, and how they are tested and how they are validated. Innovation is at the heart of every university, and therefore also challenge, difficulty, and the excitement that go with them. Macquarie University is at the forefront of innovation and challenge. It was at Macquarie University, for example, in work done in conjunction with the CSIRO, that the world's first working WLAN microchip, on which current Wi-Fi technology depends, was developed. A breakthrough technology that most of us carry around with us all the time and that we depend on constantly, and that many of you are using to commemorate today's proceedings. It's this spirit of innovation we celebrate, especially in the graduation of our Doctor of Philosophy, our PhD candidates, who are being awarded the world's highest academic qualification for projects that by definition must be original, groundbreaking, and forward-thinking, no matter what the field. Everyone who's graduating today has had to confront these challenges of innovation, of new ways of thinking, and of change. A process that I'm sure has had its surprises and difficulties and confounding moments, as well as moments of anxiety, uncertainty, and stress. But graduates, you have confronted these challenges and you have won through. You have faced uncertainty and difficulty. You have been assessed against high standards, world-class standards, and you have met with success. You should be very proud of what you have accomplished. It is no small achievement. The university is certainly proud of you and what you have accomplished. But we at Macquarie are also very much aware that education is not just an academic matter. It is fundamentally a social activity. It is about people and human relationships. The university strives to be an hospitable, open, and supportive environment. The friendliness, inclusiveness, and approachability of Macquarie staff and students, for example, is often commented on by visitors to the university, both from Australia and around the world. This is inherent to the Macquarie culture, and we intend that it will always remain so. Remember, you will always be welcome here. Macquarie University will always be a leader in learning and teaching and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values and where we care about each other, even when our points of view on some issues might diverge. It's that combination of intellectual endeavour and human care that defines what a university is all about. Guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduates, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. But it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Jacob Shields. Jacob is a media professional with more than a decade of experience working across news organisations and in the legal profession. He currently works at ABC News Sydney as Chief of Staff, leading national breaking news coverage across digital, radio and television. Jacob has been on the front line of news for some of the biggest stories of the century, from bushfires to floods and, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic. He's helped steer the ABC through its digital transformation and is very excited about the future of journalism. Jacob is passionate about helping the next generation of journalists and committed to telling stories that matter, providing a platform to amplify the voices of marginalised groups. Jacob holds a Bachelor of Laws and Journalism from Queensland University of Technology. Outside the office, Jacob volunteers at Gig Buddies Sydney, plays on multiple basketball teams, and loves a good fantasy book. I now invite Jacob Shields to deliver the occasional address.
Pro-Chancellor, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, to each and every one of you graduates sitting here today. It is an honour and a privilege to be here and help celebrate in your very special achievement. And let me emphasise that we are here to celebrate each and every one of your achievements. Thank you to Shu Ming and the university for inviting me to join on this very special occasion. But first and foremost, to our graduates, congratulations to you and to your family and friends here today. Today is many things, but above all, it is a public celebration and recognition of the hard work and dedication you put into your studies. Getting into university is tough enough, let alone making it here to this auditorium today. Now, I would also like to specifically acknowledge our master's graduates here. What an incredibly impressive feat, so congratulations to you specifically. Now, some of you may be walking out of here today with a clear goal in mind and already on your way to your dream job, and some of you might be walking out of here relieved just to have passed, and that's okay too. As graduates of media, including journalism, communications, languages, creative arts, literature, you are entering a world of infinite creative possibilities. You might want to go out and tell your own stories. You might want to go out and tell other people's stories. Or you might want to go out and create your own entirely new fictional fantasies that I would like to read. I chose to tell other people's stories, and I've loved every minute of it. I've been fortunate to lead two of the biggest newsrooms in Australian media, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. The thrill, the excitement of being in the newsroom when a big story breaks, there's not much like it. And I know, without a doubt in my mind, that I love what I do, and I'm very fortunate to be able to say that. I remember sitting in my first ever journalism lecture, close to 15 years ago. A particular professor congratulated us on picking a failing industry. He sarcastically told us and opened with a spiel about the death of journalism. Well, I'm very happy to report that professor was incredibly wrong. Journalism may have changed, and the industry might look vastly different now to how it used to, but we're still here fighting to tell the truth. Can you imagine a world without someone to ask the tough questions? For example, to question publicly, to report widely how anyone who habitually lies, who is a well-practiced misogynist, who is charged with allegedly committing serious criminal offences, not to mention the fake tan and terrible haircut, could seriously be elected the leader of the free world. If someone wasn't here to ask questions, it could happen again. Now, as you leave here today, many of you are going to enter the workforce for the first time, and some of you might already be there. It can be daunting, it can be scary, but above all, it's really exciting. And I would love to share some of the insights I've picked up along my journey. First, surround yourself with inspirational people. If you're the smartest person in the room, chances are you're in the wrong room. I've been privileged to learn from some incredible mentors along my journey, and I wouldn't be here today speaking to all of you if it wasn't for the guidance I received from some really, really generous people. And when you find these mentors, don't be afraid to annoy the absolute hell out of them with questions. Pepper them for information, but most importantly, be open to implementing the advice they give you, and be thankful for the time they do give you. See, curiosity is a fabulous character trait. If you notice a colleague doing a job a certain way, having success, ask questions, find out why, and emulate it. Take bits and pieces from your favourite teachers, athletes, mentors, influencers, whoever you look up to. Emulate the greats. If you do this, if you are curious, you will never stop learning, and you will never stop growing. And if you find yourself in a position where that just isn't true anymore, I challenge you to challenge yourself. I was challenged recently. I was asked to fill in for a senior position at the ABC on the network team, and I said yes. I was really excited. It was a fabulous opportunity for me. Queen Elizabeth died on my second day. So all of a sudden, I'm driving into work at 3 a.m, in charge of one of the biggest stories in modern history, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was given a 30-page document to follow that other people had written, that I was in charge of, and I'd never read it before. But it worked out, somehow. Everything was fine, and I'm so thankful that I said yes. I am so grateful for that opportunity because I got to be a part of one of the biggest stories in history. So that leads me to my next piece of advice. Say yes. Take on the challenge you get offered and seize the opportunity when you can. Michael Jordan and Sam Kerr, two of the most successful athletes we've ever seen, well, they missed a hell of a lot of shots. But it didn't matter because you miss every shot you don't take. And my sincere hope is that along this journey, along this road, each of you take some shots. And because you're going to hit some of them. And they might be terrible three-pointers, but you will hit them. And when you do, please keep shooting. Because life is rarely easy and it's never straightforward. It's a windy road, it's littered with potholes and stop signs and terrible drivers. But don't let any of that deter you from chasing your dreams, from hitting the road and hoping for the best. Now, that metaphor might sound a bit cliche, but it has a literal meaning for me. I remember years ago now packing every possession I owned into my mother's tiny, tiny car and leaving Brisbane. I'd just gotten a full-time job with Prime 7 News in Taree, regional New South Wales. So 6 hours into my journey, tears still drying on my cheeks, Google Maps offered me an alternative route. It told me I could save time by taking a detour on a mountain path. Naturally, being a city slicker with no regional driving experience, I thought this was a great idea. I never made it to Taree. My mum's car never finished the journey, and I was not done crying. I'll never forget that night in a rundown country motel, calling my boss, who I had never met, and telling her that I wasn't going to make it. I'll never forget it. And if it wasn't for the complete country kindness of strangers, who at the mechanics the next day heard about my plight, saw me crying next to my broken down car, and drove me to Taree with all of my possessions, I would still be in Kempsey. So 2 days later, without a car, in an entirely new regional town, I started my career. And that false start is now a funny footnote in my life. But I learned some things from that, such as sometimes you're offered a choice in life, and sometimes taking the risky option works out. But sometimes it's okay to stay on the perfectly safe highway instead of the precarious mountain path. But more importantly, I learned that life throws curveballs at you, and you've got to be resilient. And I honestly think that all of you sitting here today in front of me have already demonstrated that resilience. You're here having either finished high school, started university, or both in a global pandemic. The word unprecedented was thrown around quite a lot by us in the media, but it truly was. I don't know how you got through school in those conditions, learning remotely, away from friends, away from teachers, stuck at home. So sitting here is a testament to your resilience. Please do not forget that. Now, I truly believe that if you set out from today to make the world a better place, you will have a beautiful life. Whether that's in your workplace, in your community, in your local sports club, or just at home. If you try to leave the world a better place than you found it, you will have that impact. And finally, enjoy the journey you're on, enjoy the grind. It is important to celebrate your small victories along the way. It is important to take stock and take a breather. Sometimes it's important to ask yourself the question, do I stay on the highway or do I try the precarious mountain path? But today is a perfect example of celebrating your victories. Enjoy it, savour it, be proud of what you have achieved because it is a really special moment in your lives. So once again, congratulations to you and your families. Enjoy it, and thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Jacob, for those words, and thank you for coming along this morning. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at events just like this and conferring degrees on those who've complied with the university's requirements for awards. I now call on our Registrar, Professor Rawdon Wilkinson, to formally certify the eligibility of those who've met the university's requirements for awards.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Chris Dixon, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Dixon.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. Students and staff from the Faculty of Arts develop critical, inquiring and curious minds. They work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they need in order to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, education, English, geography and planning, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology, and security studies and criminology. Through transformative education, Faculty of Arts graduates are equipped to face social challenges with a deep evaluative mind, strong reasoning, and a well-established ethical compass. They explore their creativity and passions while developing transferable skills like communication, critical thinking, and digital literacy. These skills are extremely sought after by employers. To our graduates, as you reflect on these last few years, I'm sure you'll agree that Macquarie University is home to a wonderful community of people. The relationships and networks you have formed will continue to serve you well into the future, as professional contacts, as academic mentors, and as lifelong friendships. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. A higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bi-Chi Ang-An for a thesis entitled Translating Traditional Chinese Poetry, a case study or translation of imageries of birds in Hua Yin He. Well done. Dr. Kelly Pacina for a thesis entitled Singing 2.0, Teaching Singing Online. Well done. Dr. Catherine Phillips for a thesis entitled Producing Fan Identities Through K-pop Cover Dancing, Mimicry, Ontological Security and Social Capital in Australia. Well done. Dr. Lisa White for a thesis entitled Surveillance Culture and Ethnically Diverse Adolescent Bodies in Anglophone Young Adult Fiction. Well done. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Commerce, Crit E. Jane. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Music, Beth Jackson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Kate Hoefnagels. Levi Macchioli. Emma O'Sullivan. Thomas Roash. Stephanie Sherry. Grace Watson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Malika Sanjay Baikerikar. Kira Norbaker. Sophie Brockman. Shi Ying Chen. Yuting Alex Chong. Jackson Curran. Rosemary Damawan. Benjamin Davies. Yi Jun Doan. Nicola Ferrero. Leo Figueroa. Brianna Fitzgerald. Lauren Frost. Conrad Fuller. Hugh Fulton. Kerry Fung. Gareth Holfter. Yu Seung Hu. Yijang Huang Mia Haba. Sharanya Rasidi Jayakodi. Glenn Kershaw. Nagin Harani. Alyssa Kitchberger. Joshua Kopp. Hua Jung Lee. Jerry Failau Tusi Lele Mama Fargao. Sir Ying Lee. Helen Longhitano. Lillian McKinnon. Joel Murray. Jeff Myers. Sophia Nakvi. Cooper Noland. Caleb Paisley. Milica Pajic. Yuhian Park. Fan Chin. Benjamin Regan. Christine Rosser. Cobra Siadi. Yin Toon Sham. Zhe Ying Shu. Mary Simonian. Gabriel Cristinono Suhieden. Meg Charlotte Tan. Chloe Jean Tilda. Saya Uchitomi. Maya Valeso. Wansara Maspotri Bintio Wanzin. Adam Weinberg. Claire Westcombe. Tristan Woodington. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies. Ryan Lange. Sol Renteria Adoro. Sean Somerville. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media. Ashley Rawlinson. Brian Torres Palisios. Nicholas Walton. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media and Communications. Sarah Bai. Imogen Barlas. Holly Broadhurst. Ashley Buchanan. Zheng Chen. Kit Nam Chen. Yiling Chu. Charlene Christina. Serena Connolly. Zenden Daly. Charlotte Delbo. Casey Dunn. Taryn Farrelly. Yuan Fern. Ava Folkard. Florence Fuller. Tiffany Gardner. Mackenzie George. Charlotte Gibbs. Dominic Giles. Samantha Gillian. Junman Ha. Luca Hannell. Sarah Hertzlet. Grace Hobcroft. Emily Jeffries. Anthony Johnston. Benjamin Curry. Hannah Lay. Yuqing Leo. Dyla War. Alexander Machut. Casey Marnock. Connor Masmani Nanthis. Jessica Merchant. Georgia Murray. Pamela Obeid. Tia O'Callaghan. Jasmine O'Shaughnessy. Susie Park. Dario Parella. Jigme Kanlei Penjor. Dang Pham. Jung Dui Pham. Anthony Pimping. Georgia Quintal. Krina Amit Kumar Raitata. Mike Rengifo Zavalata. Jack Richley. Bria Sands. Emma Sexton. Shania Singh. Misha Sokolov. Geung Chen Soon. Saskia Suya. Clarissa Ann Sui Xian Tan. Kai Ning Jolin Tay. Natasha Trevenna. Ke-Yu Wu. Michelle Yao. Mateyabai Yeet. Nashwan Hoyana. Bo Hao Yung. Talia Zarafetis. Hagop Zerminian. Stephanie Zengovsky. Han-Chi Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Music. Giselle Punot. Ruby Reeves. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Creative Industries and Master of Media and Communications. Shakina Glory Nelwan. Winona Christia Ortago. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Creative Industries. Xu Chieno Yao. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Creative Writing. Elizabeth Walton. And Elizabeth has been awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Media and Communications. Mohammed Subiala bin Nawhez. Xiaoyun Ge. Ji Eun Kim. Harsha Kumar. Lok Ching Wong. Pro-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates are focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Rachel Baldacchino for a thesis entitled The Power of Madness in the Victorian Gothic, Exploring Reader Empathy in Jane Eyre and Villette. Well done. Billy Black for a thesis entitled A Global Princess Sings Local Virtues, How Disney Translate Good Girls to Spanish and Japanese. Well done. James Byron for a thesis entitled New Collaboration in a Virtual World, Studying VTubers through Identity, Gender and Fan Engagement. Well done. Lana Chrysavius for a thesis entitled Modernist Impersonality in the Poetry of Sylvia Plath. Jacqueline Cooper for a thesis entitled Towards the Seamless Integration of Dance Education in the Australian Primary Classroom, a Dance and Performance Studies Perspective. Well done. Tyler Den for a thesis entitled Buddha Nature Foxing in Zanran's Adamantine Scalpel Treatise Jingjingpa Lun, with special focus on its congruence with the Sadhama Pandrakara Miophalayana Jing and Mahaparinyavana Sutrasi Miaping Jing. Jessica McLennan for a thesis entitled Angels and Monsters, Victorian Sciences of the Mind and Transgressive Female Selfhood in the Dramatic Monologues of Robert Browning. Well done. Joshua Park for a thesis entitled Composing for Developing Pianists, a Scaffolded Approach. Well done. Kelly Scholes for a thesis entitled The Zhejiang Subculture's Challenge to Hegemonic Masculinity, an Analysis of Gender in Contemporary Chinese Media Culture. Well done. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Dr. Catherine Phillips, who graduated with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Catherine Phillips.
Good morning, Pro-Chancellor, members of the University, graduates and guests. I am honoured to stand here and speak on behalf of all the graduates today, and I wish to congratulate everyone who has received their degrees in this ceremony. This is a momentous occasion and accomplishment. Indeed, The fact that we are gathered today is of particular note, as the graduates this year have, collectively, likely navigated far more precarious situations to receive their awards than graduates of just a few years ago. To complete a degree prior to 2020, a student would have to demonstrate tremendous perseverance, commitment, and skill. The graduates here today have not just shown their skill in this manner, but they have also done so in the middle of pandemic lockdowns and the ongoing repercussions of those times. As such, safety nets we may have otherwise relied on might have become inaccessible, and our expectations of what our studies would look like may have had to drastically change. In my own experience, starting my PhD studies in 2019 prior to the pandemic, I already felt anxious at the prospect of conducting such a large endeavour. When I could no longer carry out my research in the way I had anticipated due to travel restrictions, the worries around my ability to complete my degree skyrocketed. In order to meet my deadlines, I had to completely change how I engaged in my studies and consequently reshape a lot of my dissertation's structure. Nevertheless, these experiences led to new opportunities for my work and revealed to me my ability to face challenges head-on and meet not only others' expectations for me, but my own. For all the graduates here to make it to today, who no doubt have their own stories of success in the face of incredibly difficult situations, we've had to display versatility, adaptability, and bravery in ways that others may not have had need to call upon. Additionally, our circumstances placed us in a prime position to see the value of our social connections and their ability to positively influence both our lives and the lives of others. When I felt ready to give up during the toughest points of my degree, it was thanks to my friends, my family, and my supervisors here at this university that I was able to keep pushing forward. Without them, I would not be standing here with you all today. I hope that everyone here recognizes how valuable their encouragement and support is to others and the role and responsibility we all play in helping each other to succeed. Each graduate here today has surmounted countless obstacles to get to this moment of recognition. They have had to adapt to rapid and unsettling change, and they've had to persevere in the face of ongoing difficulties. I hope that everyone here recognizes what an outstanding achievement attaining a degree is, and that the graduates here today are aware of the biggest lessons they have learnt through their studies, that you are courageous, you are resilient, and you are capable of great things now and onwards into the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine, for those words. I'm sure what you said about the difficulties and challenges of studying in the last few years will resonate with everybody here, both staff, students, and all of us, really. So thank you and congratulations again. That was Angela Brewer. Angela is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. Will you please join me again in thanking her for that superb performance? Please also join me in thanking our musicians. On the organ, Heather Mowen-Boyd. And on the trumpet, Mr. Bruce Helmers. I'd like to take this opportunity to also acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community who've come today to help us celebrate the occasion. And finally, please join me in thanking our technical staff who ensure that the proceedings can be seen and heard not just for all of us here today, but for those watching the event on live stream. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it certainly does not represent the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you're now part of the bigger Macquarie family. Our alumni network, which has over 225,000 members living in more than 140 countries around the globe, now welcomes you to its fold. We look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply to visit our beautiful campus and reminisce about the times you were here as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to a lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember, the world is not only changed by the great leaps forward of an Albert Einstein or a Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, small and large, of people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference to someone's life. Sometimes a small gesture or a kind word can mean an enormous amount. We challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you'll use what you have learned here not only for your own benefit, but for the benefit of our community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's also our hope that you always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom are here with us this morning. So to acknowledge their contribution and to thank them, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now, place your testamers on your seats behind you and turn around to face your families and friends. And now it's time to give them a mighty round of applause. Okay, turn around. Don't sit down, don't sit down. Here on the dais with me are representatives of the academic staff who've supported you throughout your journey, so please join me in thanking them. Okay, graduates, please remain standing. Do pick up your testamers. The official party is about to leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates in procession. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies like this one for many centuries. There's an age-old set of Latin lyrics to this music which begins, Gaudiemus igitur, dum sumus juvenes. Translation, this graduation song says, Therefore let us rejoice, for we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and city and of happiness. So again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for futures filled with success, satisfaction, and above all, with happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. I'm about to leave the official party out, followed by the graduates, and then invite you all to follow the graduates out to the dais behind the building where we can share some light refreshments. In closing today's wonderful celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudiamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.